It's no secret that high quality property management can take a lot of time, energy, and resources. Combine that with multiple platforms needed to perform the various tasks, such as accepting applications online, screening the applications, creating leases, e-signing the leases, collecting rent, handling maintenance issues, doing taxes each year, etc. And suddenly it becomes overwhelming. Then you throw in tenant, owner, and service provider interactions, and things can get nightmarish. That's why TenantCloud was built and continues to be improved upon on a regular basis from the feedback given to us by our users. Our goal is to help you make more money with less effort, less time, and definitely less stress. And TenantCloud's integrated rental listing and marketing platform is just another way of doing just that. Every landlord will have rentals that they need to market, and why spend more time on them than necessary when you can set it up one time and then automate nearly the entire process going forward? That's right. No more going to individual listing websites to manually list and edit your vacant or upcoming rental units. No more need for multiple software platforms or logins either. With just a couple of clicks inside of TenantCloud, you can get your rental listings in front of thousands of prospective tenants in no time at all. In this webinar, we'll also cover how you can get your listing website for free on TenantCloud, the best listing practices, influential factors in listings, and so much more. Join us as we dive into a quick webinar to show you how TenantCloud helps you focus more on the things you enjoy doing and less time, energy, and resources spent on marketing your rental listings. When it comes to listings on TenantCloud, the first thing that you're going to want to set up in order to do that is to go to your listing website and get that set up. So from your dashboard here on TenantCloud, you will find your marketing website through your settings tab in the upper right corner. And you can go to marketing website. And this is where you are going to have access to set up all of your information on your marketing website. So the first thing you'll notice is that you have a subdomain right here. And a subdomain is usually where the website name precedes .tenantcloud.com, which is essentially like the hosting site. And the people who have premium accounts on TenantCloud do have the option to do a fully customizable domain. So they can go to domain settings and set up www.yourcompanyname.com. And if you have any issues with this, if you have a premium account with us and you do the custom domain and you run into any issues with this, just let us know. We'll be happy to help you get that set up. But it does have all of the instructions here, as well as the option to request mapping. And once you request mapping, that will send us a request on our end to finish mapping out the website after you've followed the instructions in this guide right here. Otherwise, everybody else who has basic through advanced plans has the option to have a subdomain marketing website. So for instance, landlord.tenantcloud.com. And this is where you have the option to customize that website. Now, you'll notice the first section here is it asks you, do you want an advanced website or do you want a simple website? And the biggest difference, well, the main difference is that the advanced website gives you a homepage. And when you have a homepage, you have the option to do the homepage cover photo, a homepage verbiage over that photo, a homepage text like a marketing text, and so on and so forth. So most people go with the advanced, but you can do simple if you'd like. It just removes a few of those options and makes things a little bit more simple. Basically, the simple version just takes you directly to the listing page and removes the home page. So when somebody clicks on the link, it will just take you directly to the listing page. For this particular webinar, we are going to go over the advanced option. And with the advanced option, you have a lot more things that you have control over. The next thing you'll notice is that you have the option to do preset color themes. So you can just select one of these, whichever one you prefer. In this case, we'll just select that. And the next thing that you'll have is the homepage text. Now, there's two different types of text here that you'll have the option to edit. The first one is the homepage text on the cover photo. And that'll basically just be text that overlays the image that you upload here. The second thing is you can upload an image here, which will be like your header photo. And it'll be the thing that is front and foremost to people visiting your marketing website. And then you have the option to include homepage text. Now, the homepage text, this is your opportunity to include some verbiage that really presents your property management company or your properties in the best light possible. In this case, you'll see here we have a very descriptive paragraph explaining a property that this particular property management company operates and manages. And so you really want to use colorful descriptions in this, and something that really stands out and sets your marketing site apart from your competitors in your area. So key things like we start from $800 a month, you can't afford to not live here, just little catchy things like that go a long way to help people understand your product and where you are in your particular market in terms of amenities, pricing, and so on and so forth. The next thing you'll notice is you have the option to upload a website logo photo, and so the website will feature your branded logo. That is important as well, so that people know that when they're visiting your site, it is you, and that what they're seeing on that website is your company. The next thing that you have the option to do is to upload homepage gallery images. And this is where you don't necessarily upload images for individual units per se, but this is really, again, your chance to highlight properties that you manage. And so in this case, I just uploaded a few sample photos, but what you might upload here is your best photos of all of your properties, or images of amenities that are pretty common at your properties, or your best amenities at your best properties, things like that. This is not really where you would list or upload individual unit photos. There will be an opportunity to do that on the actual individual listings page, as well as on your property page. You can upload property specific photos. This is really just to highlight your marketing company and the types of properties that you manage. The next section is team members, and on the team members page, this is not setting up sub-admins. However, it will show sub-admins that you have set up previously. So if you are on the advanced plan or higher and you have sub-admins such as leasing agents or just other people that play a role in your property management company at your properties, they're going to be visible here, and you can toggle to hide or to show them on your main homepage on your website. So what this is going to do is it's going to display, if I say show these people, it's going to show all 4 people with their phone number, their name, and their email address as people that they can contact in the event that they have any questions about your property management company, about your listings, etc. Now keep in mind, again, this just shows up on your homepage. This is not about your individual listings page. This will just be, there will be a button on your page saying contact us, and these people will show up as options. And I'm actually going to show that here. We'll go to my property management company, and you'll see here that the contact us button shows your team members of all the people that we selected to show. Scrolling back down, the next section, you can also add additional people if you have somebody else, maybe a leasing agent or someone who works part-time or on contract, or a real estate agent that you want to add. There are a lot of different scenarios that you might need to add an additional person. You can do that here by clicking add team member and just put in their information and click create, and it will add them as a point of contact on your homepage on your marketing website. The next 2 options are, do you want people to be able to request a tour or to send you a question through your marketing website? And if you enable these things, then it will allow people to request a tour from your individual listings pages or ask a question, a general question. And these will come through into your email account, and you'll have the opportunity to view them and then to respond. and they're required to put some type of contact information in when they put in a request like this so that you are able to reach back out to them. The next section is contact information. On the contact information section, this is where you have the opportunity to add multiple offices if you have more than one location. In this case, we just have one, but you do have the option to add another one. And this is just to let people know if you have more than one place that they're able to reach out to you. This could even be 2 separate cities even. And then the last section is your social media links. If you have company links for your social media accounts that you want people to be able to visit and or follow you at, you can go ahead and put those links in here. And once you've done that, you can just click update website, and it's going to update or create your marketing website so that all of that information is going to be available to people who might be trying to find you or people that you refer to your marketing website in general. Once you've done that and you've set up your marketing website, now you are ready to go to your listings. And you'll find your listings in the left-hand column over here. And when you click this, it's going to show you your main listings page. It is going to show that you have 1 listed unit and you have 42 unlisted. This is just on my account. Your account will show something different based on what your unlisted versus listed units are. Again, you'll see a button here that says marketing website. So if you click that, it'll take you back into the place that we just were at. To view the listing details, you would just click view listing, although it does show you a quick snapshot of relevant information here, including a link to the listing. If you just click that, and it'll take you to the actual listings page where you can see the listing information as a visitor or potential applicant would see it. If you click View Listing, it's going to take you into the detailed section of your listings page. And again, it'll show you a lot of the information related to this listing, such as your deposit requirement, what the rent is. This one's daily, not monthly. You do have the option to set that. When it's going to be available, the lease terms, it's monthly. And you can put in listing website is active. And if you've sent it out to be syndicated to a bunch of these third-party listing websites, as well as are you charging an application fee for this listing. If you go in and click on edit, this is where you are able to edit your listing information. Now, if you have uploaded property information or property photos, and you've uploaded a lot of this information already when you created the property initially, a lot of this is going to auto-populate. However, some of this, if it's your first time creating a listing to syndicate out or to list to your marketing website, you may have to fill in some of this additional information if you didn't do it on the property and unit level already. But this is basically your final opportunity to go through and edit all of the required information. Now, keep in mind, if the property address is already entered on the property level, you cannot re-enter it here. It'll be grayed out. You would have to go back to the property level itself, which can be found here, in order to be able to edit this address. But you can still edit the unit number, the year built, MLS number if you've submitted it to a multiple listing site that realtors use, as well as the unit type and other information here. It is important about this address that it is the legal address as you would find it in search engines like Google Maps and on Zillow.com and so on and so forth. For instance, if you owned properties 6309, 6310, and 6311, you cannot put 6309-6311 Burn Street to cover all 3 of those building addresses. You need to put in each building as its own legal address, the way that you would find it on the internet, the way that somebody would put that address into Google Maps in order to find your address. If you put this in wrong, it will not be accepted when you try to syndicate it out to these marketing websites. They all operate off of legal address databases, and if your address does not match the address that they have, That is one of the biggest reasons for having your syndicated listing get declined, and it will not show as an available rental on these listing websites. So it's very, very, very important that the information that you enter in here is 100% accurate. The next section is you can choose your various amenities, whether it's furnished, if you allow smoking, is there laundry in the unit, or is it a shared? Do you allow pets, yes or no? If so, what types? What's your policy? What's your pet deposit, your fees? Your property amenities, what type of things you offer at the property itself. And then unit amenities or unit features, things that they will find inside your rental. A lot of this is common stuff that you'll find on pretty much any listing website, but by doing it all here, you don't have to go and do it individually at these sites. It syndicates all of this information that you're entering into your listing that goes online. Also, keep in mind that you have the option to set up your application fee right here. If you do not select this box, then you will not charge an application fee at the time that the person submits an application. However, if you do select it, you then have to enter the amount that you're going to charge. And what this does is when you send somebody to your listings page and they click apply now, it is going to require that they pay the application fee right then and there. Now, you do have the option to charge the application fee after the fact if you choose to not require it at the time of applying. And you also have the option for you yourself as the property manager to just pay the application fee if you would like to do that as well, instead of charging it to the tenant. Some people do that, some people don't. The next box is the rent box. It is very important that you use this box for your rental amount and not the market rent for your rental. On the unit level, when you're setting up your property, there is a box that says something like market rate or market rental rate. And that is not the same as what you're going to syndicate or list your rental for. This is the box that's asking you, okay, you're about to list this unit. How much do you want to get for this rental? And so you put in here, and this is the amount that is going to syndicate out to the listing websites as well as to your marketing website on TenantCloud. And then you have the option to choose your rent schedule, which is already monthly. And you can also set your deposit requirements here if that's changed since the last time you listed this rental, and basically all the information that you would need to update. So if we leased this, the last time we leased it, it was available $425. Well, obviously $425 is come and gone. So now this unit's going to be available as early as September 1st because the current tenant is moving out. So that's the date you would put here. Then you want to include a marketing description. Obviously you don't want to include the funny little one we got here, but you do want to make sure that, again, you present your property in the best light possible. This is your prospect's first impression of your rental property. And so it's important that you just don't put something silly here like move in September 1st, rent is $800, deposit is only $500. That's not going to really put your property or set your property apart from everybody else that person is viewing, because I guarantee they're not just looking at your listing, they're looking at probably 10 to 15 other listings in that same sitting. And so it's really important that you set your property apart right here. Put a nice detailed, but not too detailed, more a colorful description, a colorful marketing description of your property. And if you're going to list detailed information out, it's best to do it in bullet points, or at least put some type of line here saying that, okay, this is another point about the property. But really, this is the opportunity. All those things are going to be listed up here. Really, this is just the opportunity to maybe describe your area, describe how far it is from restaurants or from other nearby hotspots in your town, and so on and so forth. So we'll just put the scribbling stuff back in here for now. And the next box is your lease terms. In your lease terms, this is going to be information about why your, not why, but this is going to be like things about like your rental criteria. So how long your lease has to be minimum, and what are any other things that surround your actual lease if somebody were going to move in here. So maybe, again, highlight absolutely no pets allowed or pets are allowed, and maybe reiterate information such as what your pet breed restrictions are, and so on and so forth. Most property managers are already going to have lease terms, very specific lease terms that have usually come directly from some type of form that they use in the office, or a state approved or lawyer approved form. So that's the information that you could put in here. It can be up to 2,000 characters, which is a lot of information. This is usually the section that most applicants never read, but yet it is still very important that you include it so that people have a clear understanding of what your lease terms are. The next box is the video tour link box, and this is where this is becoming very popular, and I highly recommend that you have a video tour or a 3D video tour where you can put in that link here, and it will take them to a page that is hosted where you have a walkthrough video of your rental. It might be a YouTube link, it could be a 3D mat link, hosted link where third-party companies host 3D walkthrough tours and so on and so forth. But highly recommend it. Video is becoming the number one form of consumption on the internet, and now more than ever, your prospects are trying to get video content so that they can view it before ever going to your rental. Keep in mind, the other reason it's very important is a lot of people do rent sight unseen. A lot of people move from out of town. And so having a video tour just gives them that extra sense of confidence that, yes, this is a great rental. I can actually see it in a video, not just pictures. I'm actually seeing the unit that I will probably be renting, and so on and so forth. So, and that's a huge bonus it might not be possible if you have a 50 unit property or 100 unit property, but if you're managing a duplex or a fourplex, I would recommend even putting in individual video tour links of that specific unit on this actual listing page so that people can actually see that actual listing on video. So huge bonus points for doing this type of thing with people who would apply to your rental property. And the last few sections here is the contact person. Now, remember, you could add contacts before, but those were showing up on your main marketing page on your Contact Us section. This section is actually for the specific person that you want the inquiry to go to if somebody requests a tour or whatever. This is where if somebody says, yeah, I want to see this listing, who do I call? Who do I email? This is where they will reach. This is the person they will reach out to. So you want to make sure that if this is a leasing agent or somebody, that you put their information in here, and that the prospects know that, yeah, this is the person I need to reach out to regarding this listing. You can also copy the listing emails that come in to the admin account just in case you want to be informed, or if this person is going to be out sick or out on vacation or whatever, you would get copied on all this information as well. Last but not least, if you're going to be submitting a listing, it is going to be going to, at the very least, your free TenantCloud listing website right here. Most people will also submit it to marketing websites. So this is going to syndicate this listing out with all this information that you entered, and it's going to go out to all of these plus each of their individual networks. All in all, most syndicated listings go to 15 to 20 or more listing websites. And so you're really going to get your vacant listings or your available listings in front of as many people as possible with as little effort as possible, because literally all it takes is hitting this one button after you've selected this toggle, and boom, it's visible to thousands and thousands and thousands of people. Nothing more powerful than that when it comes to listing marketing, marketing your available rental listings. And the other thing that we wanted to mention about the gallery is up here, up on the left-hand side. The only section that we didn't touch is the gallery for this individual listing. So not only would you have your main property image from your properties page up here, but you also want to upload individual listings for this particular unit. Now, if you've already done this on the unit level, they will carry over here. However, you can see I have not done that, but this again is saying, hey, you're about to submit this listing to be visible online. What are the images related to this specific unit you want people to see? And so this would be your opportunity to upload the best photos for this listing. And so a few tips on that is I don't recommend that you upload photos of an occupied unit if at all possible. Now, there are going to be some circumstances where that's not possible, but whenever possible, it's always best to have a vacant unit that has been staged. And you can use those photos for a very long time until you renovate the unit again, really. But to get somebody, maybe even have it professionally staged, but definitely get professional photos, high quality HD photos, maybe even photos that are aerial views, like through drones. That's very common now, so that people can see where your property is in relationship to other parts of town, and so on and so forth. So highly recommend that you upload really high quality images right here, and that will really, again, help set your listing apart from everybody else, because you can put in all kinds of pretty descriptions and list all the amenities, and you could have an outstanding rental, but if you don't have high quality photos and it looks like you took it with a cell phone from 1995, that's not really going to sit well with most people who are interested in renting in your area, and they're probably going to rent at your competition's place. So again, heavy focus on high quality photos right here. And that wraps up our TenantCloud listing and marketing webinar, where we have covered free listing websites, listing a unit on marketing websites and syndicating your listings out, best listing practices, and the influential factors in your listings. As you can probably see by now, TenantCloud is a full end-to-end property management software solution. Whether you are a DIY landlord or you manage other owners' rentals, or you are a combination of those two things where you manage other owners' rentals along with your own, TenantCloud's powerful system will automate the majority of your daily tasks, simplify your life for your tenant and owner interactions, and give you powerful tools to be in sync with your maintenance teams, assistant managers, and leasing agents, and quickly rent out your vacant units to maintain high occupancy rates. Whether it is the full maintenance tracking system, built-in messaging, a completely customizable application, free rental listing syndication, or our complete accounting system that practically does your taxes for you each year, TenantCloud has a solution for your property management needs. If you have not done so already, you can sign up for a free TenantCloud account today at www.tenantcloud.com.